Jeremy TV.
Jeremy here, and I'm coming to you on a very soggy day. It is Saturday. The date is October 20th, and I know it's been another gap since I've done a project here on the place, but I've got one I need to do today, and I wanted to record that for you. In the last 30 days, we have had about 3/100ths shy of 20 inches of rain here where we live. Just a little bit north of here, they've had almost 25 inches of rain, and that's about 20 miles to the north. 3 weekends ago or so, we got 10 inches of rain in a weekend, and that place just north of us got like 14 or 15 inches of rain in about a day and a half. So we have been inundated with water. We were pretty dry before that. My pond has been down below the halfway level for several months, and now it is not. It is completely full, running out into the road. But we have had all the rain we need, and then a lot more than that. But you know, you can't control the weather, so what are you going to do, right? Anyway, with all this rain, you know, I've mentioned before my driveway has got some issues. Water stands on the west side of the driveway, and at some point I'm going to have to fix that with a box blade, but it's going to be a chore. So in the meantime, I'm going to go down today and use the front end loader, and I'm going to cut out the low spot and actually take the gravel out, making a temporary channel and allowing that water to run out as much as I can, and then drag that gravel back into the trench so I can drive back over it. But I don't want mosquitoes getting set up there any worse than they already are, and you know, that water's been standing there for a couple of weeks now, and I'd just like to cut that and let it drain out as best as we can. I know that's going to need some work. I've got to get a pipe and put under that driveway so it can flow from down through that natural low spot from the west side to the east, and then drain on out into the pasture, which I think it will, but I've got to get the grade right on that area. And there's a low spot back further south that will hold some other water that won't ever make it to the drain. So it's going to be some work, and I'm going to have to put some planning into it, and I just haven't had time. I don't want to mess with it right now. I really don't want to tear it up going into winter, because it'll probably stay gross and muddy all year, you know, without basically you want grass growing in there as quickly as possible. So it's going to be a springtime project, probably a very late winter project or early spring, so the grass can kind of come on in and grow, and it doesn't stay a nasty mucky mess. So anyway, it shouldn't take long. I did it once before several months ago, and it helped a lot, and it didn't take long at all. But it's a good way to kind of showcase the front end loader on the tractor and just show you what this little tractor is capable of. So I'll go ahead and get over there and get started on that right now. Well, that looks like it might have done pretty good. About like what I remembered from last time. A lot of water already getting out of there that was trapped. There was a trickle coming across, but nothing like that. So I'm going to let that run for a little bit. And then if it needs to be cut out a little bit further, I'll go ahead and do it and let more water out. But I mean, you can see the kind of brackish color of that water. It's kind of gross, so it's been over there a while. And that ground just gets rotten when that water sits there for so long. It just gets nasty. But it goes all the way up here to towards the gate, and then back up the driveway, and you can see it backs up there behind the tractor. And sits in the gravel. I mean, we had dried up just enough before yesterday to get the gravel almost completely out of the water back there, and it rained yesterday about an inch, so we were already soggy, and it just backed up more. I mean, we don't have anywhere to put any of it. So anyway, it's running across there, and I'm going to let it run and see what we get. I don't imagine it's going to help much past about right here, because it kind of starts going back downhill a little bit that way to that, and that's really a low spot right in there. But at least if we can drain this part out, it'll help a little bit. I don't want to cut another channel because I don't think it's low enough on the east side of the driveway to drain that stuff out. This works because there's a real low spot right here, and it pulls that water down. That wouldn't happen over behind me. So I'm going to let that drain for a little bit, and then I'm going to drag that gravel right back in that trench and smooth it out so we can drive on it again. And that will be that project for this time. But I've got to get a permanent fix, and it's not going to be too difficult. I just need to do this same thing, dig down probably 8 inches to a foot deeper than I have right here, and run a piece of pipe, probably like a 6-inch water line or something, and then just cover it up. And the trick will not be burying the pipe here. That will be easy. The trick will be sloping this properly from up there all the way down, and getting the slope right so it will all run down here to this spot and then cross the driveway. That will be the trick, getting the slope right back behind me here. All right, so I got that project done, and I don't know if it was real successful or not. I'm not sure if it was worth the time, but I did drain a lot of water. I drained the biggest portion of that probably 15 or 20 foot area that was right there, and I was still getting water draining, and I think it was probably coming out of the pasture there to the west. So I just went ahead and backfilled it and got it covered back up so we can drive across it again. It looked like it probably drained further back to the south than I had expected, which was good, but there's still a lot of water closer to the house that's just not going to drain. It's just going to have to dry. It's not going to be better until I can get a better solution in there as far as a ditch on that west side of the driveway that slopes down to that natural low spot and then drains underneath. So it'll do for now, and it was a good excuse for me to get the tractor out. I hadn't run the tractor in probably at least a month, and that's probably the longest that it has sat since I bought it a year ago, June or July. Don't remember which, but I like to get it out every once in a while and give it a bit of a workout. So hopefully we can dry out. That's the hope. I think there's a chance of rain later this week, unfortunately, but I've got a lot of projects that are waiting to get done. But honestly, I've got so much going on in my personal life right now that is not a huge priority at this point, but I do need to get to them this winter. So look for those. I've got a lot of footage I'd mentioned already from our vacation to Colorado that we took back in June. And I'm probably over the next few weeks going to edit that footage down and make at least 4 videos out of that, if not 5. I'm thinking about maybe putting them in a series. Anyway, it's some stuff I have to figure out, but I would like to get those done and posted because it's been several months since we took that vacation, and I got a lot of good footage. You know, some of you that watch this for the tractor stuff may not give a crap about my vacation, and that's okay. I understand that, but I'm going to go ahead and post it because I've got some family members that watch this channel. I think they would be interested in it, and you know, just for my sake, just to keep it for memories for me. But that is that project for this time. It's good to be back out here doing stuff. I hope you guys are happy to see some more action on the channel. And if you like this stuff, please give it a thumbs up. That helps the channel. It is very slowly growing. We're up to like 18 subscribers now. Sorry, I was looking to make sure I didn't have any fire ants crawling up my leg. I'm going to make a video one of these days and show you guys fire ants if you're not familiar with them. It's quite a sight to behold, and they are very, very evil little creatures. But if you like this stuff, give it a thumbs up. It does help the channel, and like I said, it's slowly building. I'd like it to keep growing, of course, but if you like the type of stuff that we do here, click the subscribe button, and if you want immediate notifications of those new uploads, click the bell icon next to the subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments or just want to check in where you're watching from, those help as well. Go ahead and drop those in the comment section right down below. Thanks for being here. I hope to see you again soon.